Good morning viewers, YouTube, welcome to the channel. It's Lofty here, the Lofty Biker. Welcome to Motorcycle Live at the NEC. Nice to be back in Birmingham. We'll have a good look round. I'll show you some of the stuff I'm hoping to ride this year. So I'll see you in a minute. Well then YouTube, here we are. This one's for you, Pikey. I'll just turn the camera around. This is the Zero Black Forest. How about that? Very, very posh. It's got everything on it, Pikey. When are you going to chop yours in for one of these? Looks the dogs, doesn't it? This one's a variation on the same theme. This is the one that went round the world. All the way around the world. How about that? We got a new tyre on the front. Look at that. It must have been bald. Pretty damned impressive. They got all sorts here. Well, I believe we're having one of these up at Damrell's very shortly. This is the Kimco. That's the big boy, the AK 550. Cracking looking scooter, isn't it? And this one is the CV3 in a matte green. Very, very impressive. 11 grand, mind. It's a lot of money, isn't it? Cracking looking scooter. I hope I get my hands on one of these in the summer. Super. Okay, so here we are. The new 450 water-cooled Himalayan Rally. Well, no doubt we'll have one of these, Simon. You'll be able to sort me out a demo ride on this. I'm looking forward to test riding this. I've got to say, the finish, up close, the finish is superb. We've got the same old sort of bronzy tarnished downpipe on the others. Hollow section swing arm at the back. Virtually flat monoshock. Gotta say, that looks pretty damned impressive. So there you go. Screen looks nice. Gotta say, they really have upped the game.
Never will. I love the try.
Fit and finish is pretty damn good. Yeah, these will sell well. These will sell well. So this is the main Himalayan stand. This is the one everybody's been looking at, sitting on. So we got typical sort of 5'3", 5'4" chap getting on. Touch the ground, flat foot, no trouble. Fairly low bike. Yellow and black. Boxes aren't bad. I'm not sure what made they are. Probably made in India. So there you go. Really, I'm impressed with the fit and finish. I think it'll suit most people. Whether they do a high seat or not, I'm not actually sure. Okay, so I know it's not a new bike, but it is a new bike to the range. They've reissued the 350 Bullet. So it's got the twin seat rather than the single seat. Looks okay in black, doesn't it? You can see the development of the later models. This is a little bit, what, 2-3 year old now, this engine. Still looking pretty good. But I've got to say, when you look at the finish on the Himalayan, it's in the next century, really. Same old clock, same old dash, no tripper on it. Yeah, pretty damn good. Let's have a look round. Couldn't resist showing you this. Green and black with a gold pinstripe. Black engine cases, black head covers, mag wheels. Pretty damn good. We're walking through the hall. We got gas and CCM over there. We'll pop over there in a minute. Here we go, the big boys. Ducati. So there's a couple of bikes I want to look at on this stand. There we go. Hypermotard 698 Mono. Does that look the dogs or not? It's got lamb chops written all over it, isn't it? Look at that back tyre. Comes with a slick Termione. Fit and finish is pretty damn good. 11,895. 12 grand for a 700cc single. It's quite pricey, isn't it? So we got the Desert X. We've got quite a tall bloke on it, I'd say 6'2", 6'3". He's getting into the groove on it. We've got the Pirellis on the back, quite knobbly. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? The Rally X. Gotta say, I do like these. It's the sort of bike that'd fit me. Very, very nice. So these are coming in at 19.2. 19 grand for a semi-off-road bike. It's got the Dakar-esque front on it. It's a lot of money for it, isn't it? Jeez. It's the 937 engine, 110 brake horsepower. It's the Testrasteta L-Twin. Very tidy, but a lot of money. So this is the big one. This is the Desert X with everything on it. 15,500. This is the one you could go around the world on. It's got the big tank on the front. Extra 1,300 quid gets you the rally tanks. Let's have a look at the dash. What is it, 5.5, 6 inch? It's in portrait mode rather than landscape. Typical fit and finish on the Ducatis. Or is it matte? Yeah, it's a matte finish. I don't know where you're going to put your tank, but yeah, Benny's getting on it. He's about 5'10". Plenty of leg room. Is it comfortable, Benny? Benny likes it. Well, it'd be rude not to show you this. There's no way I'm going to ride it. I won't ever be on this. This is the British Supersport bike. So this is another new model. It's been released a couple of months. As you can see, there's plenty of scuffs on the panniers where people have been getting on and off. It's a fairly tall bike. The seat looks like it's on the low position. This is the Grand Tour, the V4S. I love those shark fin intakes. They look great, don't they? Got Scorpion Trail tyres on it. A nice picture of Italy in the back. Benny's just told me these start at 22. It's a lot of money for a bike that'll do 34 to the gallon. I don't think I'd fancy touring on it. It's got the spotlights on, the auxiliary spots. It's got the screen on it. So here we go. I'd say 5'10" the chap. Looks very comfortable on it. Not too, you can touch the floor, not too excessive knee bend. Seems very impressed. Get the checkbook out.
23.5.
Oh, 23,500. It's quite nice. It's a matte finish. There's another big lad getting on it. Yeah, it looks a comfy bike for the big boy. I think the shorties need not apply. You can just about touch the floor. Superb, isn't it? So here we go. This is the Rally. Now the joke here, I can't understand. The same price as the Tour. So this has got the 30 litre tank on. The Tour has got a 22 litre tank on, which I find quite strange. Lots of carbon. Got the carbon front mudguard on it. Same old engine. Panniers look quite substantial, quite big. Nice looking bike, isn't it? What is it? 8-inch TFT. Little tiny jam pot. Look at that. That'll soon boil up the clutch. I've had trouble with the motors in the past with the clutches. Looks pretty good. Here we go. Somebody's getting on now. I'd say another one about 5'10", 5'11". Looks very comfortable on it, doesn't he? Oh, we get a chance to see a pillion on the back. Here's his bride. Oh, that wasn't too much trouble, was it? Is it comfy? It's comfy. She likes it. You better get the checkbook out quick and buy one. There's no top box on the back. Be interested to see what it looked like with a top box on. There you go. Looks good, doesn't it? We'll carry on. So, if you're an hooligan and you want to be an hooligan, you can have a yellow and black V4 SP2 Street Fighter. This is probably the fastest naked bike on the road. I've got to show it you, because the fit and finish is absolutely sublime. Oh, 200 plus brake horsepower. Look at these air scoops on the brakes. Got the big Brembo M50s on it. Air scoops. I do like the way they do the quarter paint on the wheels. It looks superb. That is amazing. So if you ride it, that's the view from the cockpit. It's a bit low down there, isn't it? But that finish is amazing. Let's have a look at the rear. Twin upsweeps. Look at them cannon launchers. That is gorgeous. I must admit, I'd like a go. Probably frightened myself stupid, but I'd like a go. Okay, Benny's just pointed out, this is the, when I say uniquer, you can actually go to the factory and specify your colours, your seat colours, your exhaust type. I dread to think how much these are. You're probably talking 50 grand. Anyway, let's move on. Here we go, CF Moto, the #1 premium Chinese brand. These boys are making bikes for everybody now. Quick look round, that's the new Sport. The 450 SR. £5,600 on the road. It's 50 brake horsepower. That is an absolute gorgeous piece of kit, isn't it? Look at them Brembo monoblocks. It's got everything in it. It's probably a little bit on the tiny side for Lofty, but it looks good. Yeah, Benny's getting on. Benny's 5'10". So if you're your average size human, 5'10", 66 years old with bad hips. I think he found it a bit of a struggle. I think it might be a bigger struggle for Lofty. This is the new model for this year. This is the NK 800. I probably think we'll be getting these at Damrells. I've got to say, that's the naked 800 Roadster, and that does look superb. It's in a black and titanium finish. Here, Benny's getting on it for me. Now that looks a lot more leg room. That's a good looking bike, isn't it? Just have a copper look at the back. Yeah, we got the old swing arm mounted Herschel style number plate. Single pod, that's not too big, is it? That's pretty damn good. These Chinese bikes in half, come on. Looks like we've got a laptop for a screen. Jeez, I've never seen nothing like that. He's massive. That's got to be a 10-inch, that has. Got to be 10 inches. We got cast mirrors.
7.5 grand. It's a snip.
7,500. 7.5 grand on the road. Parallel twin, 800cc, lifted out of a KTM. I really would like to ride this. There's the profile, look at that. Now you tell me that ain't a bad looking bike. Here's the X, the CLX, we rode this last year. Can't fault it. That's got, I'm sure that's got higher bars than last year's bike. I'd probably call them cowls. Must admit, that's a lovely bike. Here's the CLX, the one with the drop bars. It's more comfortable than it looks. Here we go, another new bike for this year. This is the MT700. This is based on the Kawasaki engine. It's a 650 Kawasaki engine, bored out to 700. It's been around a long time. It's not a bad looking bike, is it? Similar front to last year. So we're coming round the 800 MT. And here's the Tour. This is the bike we rode last year. It's had a few fueling issues, a bit snatchy on the throttle, but I thought it was a cracking looking bike. Me and Linny had it the one day for about 4 hours and we took it out. We got some new graphics on it for this year, but as you see, it's the 800 KTM engine. Can't fault it. So Benny's jumping on it. There we go, loads of room. You could go around the world on this. I found it very comfortable, solo and two-up. The only thing I thought it was quite a pricey bike. When you compare it with a KTM Adventure 800, it's quite pricey. It's coming in at £9,200, but that was nearly 11 grand last year, so the CF Moto 800S, you've got to ride one. Very, very nice. Okay, brand new bike for this year. This is the 990 Duke. Now, when I say it's orange, They don't get much more orange than that. That one has, as Benny said, that's been tangoed. Look at those wheel rims. That's proper orange. It's quite a good looking cockpit. Not too wide handlebars. It's a matte orange and a matte orange seat. I've got to say, it ain't too bad. We'll get Benny to sit on it and show you what it looks like. To be fair, as I say, 5'10", that looks pretty comfortable, doesn't it? Plenty of leg room. The cutaway in the tank, you'd get somebody 6 foot, 6'2", no trouble. I do like it. Looks very, very nice. So another new bike for this year, the GT. Not over keen on the panniers. To be fair, it doesn't look a lot bigger than the Duke, but it's got quite a big front end on it. So we've got integrated panniers. To be fair, they look better than what they are. I'd like to see inside them. I don't think there's a lot of room for your kit. They're a strange shape. They're quite bulbous in the lid. I should imagine you'd have to have inner bags, otherwise as soon as you open it, the lot would fall out. Here we go. The rep's here, frantically trying to put the side panel on where it's fell off as a puncher sat on it. Look at that. Cracks, bang, wallop. First time you take it off-road, it'll fall off. Here's the front end view of that Supermoto GT. Looks pretty damn mean, doesn't it? I do like those cornering lights. They're not the biggest of bikes, to be fair, but I should say the chap on it's about 5'7", 5'8". Your typical sort of size. Here we go. See if we can get a decent shot of it. I think this chap's very smitten. That seat's quite sculpted. I should imagine that definitely got a low seat on it. The gap between the front seat and the rear seat, there's a good inch gap. Here we go. Benny's jumping on, 5'10". Looks comfortable. He looks pretty happy on it. Yeah, I've got to say it's pretty nice. That's definitely fully down. Look at the gap. That's low on its suspension. They've made that appear as low as they can for people to sit on at the show. When I pop up to JD and see Andy and the girls, I should imagine the bike that I'll try out will be a lot taller. A lot taller. 125 Duke. Been around a while now. Engine made in India by Bajaj. It ain't a bad looking bike, is it? Moving on next door, we got the 390 Duke. I've got to say the colours, it's exactly the same colour as the 990. It's a mini me. That's proper orange. 390. Good looking bike, isn't it? Underslung exhaust. When you think that you look at the features, it's literally identical to the big bike. It's just everything's just been made smaller. It's really nice. We've got the RC125, the RC390. They've got quite a good range in the KTM. 390 looks nice, doesn't it? Bit strange how they've got a metal petrol tank and the actual seat mounting's all the same. It's composite of some sort, like a one-piece composite. Yeah, that does look a bit strange, doesn't it? So here we go, the hooligan bike, the one we rode last year, the 690 KTM, the Supermoto. I'd say the chap sitting on it's 5'8", 5'9". I'm going to show you this. I probably won't get to ride it next year because this is the Super Duke RR. That's all kitted out, aquaquavic pipe on it, loads and loads of carbon fibre. This is the sort of thing you take on a track day, give it some stick. I should imagine it'll fly. It's to compete with the Ducati Street Fighter. I think the Ducati's probably slightly better looking, but I think I'd probably have this engine. I prefer the V-twin to the V4. That's just my opinion. Them white power forks, they are huge. Anyway, let's move on. So we've got the upgraded 990 Adventure. It's also another one that's well down on its suspension. I think a lot of these bikes have been set up at the show so as they'll appeal to the smaller person, to be fair. So you sit on it and you think I can touch the ground, then when you get to the shop and everything's fully loaded up and it's on its proper suspension setting, it's a lot higher. It's a good looking bike, isn't it? It's nice to see black instead of just all orange. Those panniers are rather big. Here we go, Benny's going to jump across it. Fits well. Must admit the jugs at the front, not really my cup of tea. Huge panniers. We got one probably 35 litre and one 25 litre, I'd imagine. Not bad though, pretty good looking. So let's just turn round and see the big boy. That's the Adventure S, I believe. This is the 990 Adventure. It's the Adventure S, it's the off-road version. It's a big tall bike with a big, that seat's a big tall seat. Here we go, somebody's jumping on it now. I'd say about 5'8", 5'9", definitely can't touch the floor, would struggle big time. But if you wanted to go off-road, not too heavy, not too light, this could be the one for you. So moving across, we've got the Super Adventure 1290. Now that's a big beast, isn't it? So we got the Adventure R and the Adventure S. The S is the more road one, and there we go, there's the R. That's the more off-roady one. Well, there you go. Can't fault it. So, Husqvarna. Now this might be coming to Damrells. I believe Steve's in negotiations with Husqvarna to maybe stocking them. Not 100% certain, might happen, might not. If it does happen, this is a bike I'm looking forward to riding. So it's the Norden 901. Now look at that, and I'll try and superimpose the picture of the CF Moto. Because when you think about it, it's more or less the same engine, KTM, the Husqvarna, Gas don't do it, but CF Moto. All these engines, I believe now, are made in China in the CF Moto factory. And you can see the family resemblance. It's quite good looking, isn't it? Personally, I think I prefer the Norden to the KTM. Personal opinion, that's me. That seat looks like it's probably in the low position, it might go a bit higher. We've got USB on the front there. Lights, 5-inch TFT. We'll get Benny to sit on it so as we can see what it looks like for you. Now that does look comfortable. It's got the same jugs, if you notice, the same jugs that the CF Moto doesn't have the jugs because it's based on the earlier engine. But that bash plate that's proper solid. Last time I saw the bash plate like that, it was on the original Africa Twin. But I like the lights. I must admit I do prefer a round headlight. Pretty damn good. So here's the little one, the Spark Pillar. This is the one I rode a few weeks back. Unfortunately, I had some trouble with me sound and I haven't had a chance to put the video out. But I've got to say, I really enjoyed riding this. I absolutely thrashed the guts out of it everywhere and had a real ball. They're a bit of a strange looking bike. They're very narrow when you sit on them, but they're very nice. Can't fault it. Anyway, let's move on. Triumph have got a huge stand. Nice scrambler there. Absolutely monstrous, the Triumph stand. Let's have a look closer. Okay, here we are. This is for you, Phil Jordan. This is the Tiger 900 in a red, black and white colour. Looks absolutely gorgeous. £13,700. When I bought my original 800 Tiger back in 2011, that was £7,500. 13.7. Here are these Benny. Now Benny's 5'10", loads of leg room, fits nice and easy. Let's have a quick look at the dash. Huge TFT dash. It's not activated, but look at the size of that. The bars look slightly pulled back. This is the same. I would say this is right on the bottom of its suspension. Put your feet down, Benny. So at 5'10", with a suspension quite low, because you can see the distance between the centre stand and the floor is about 6 inches. He's still semi-tippy-toed. So I think at 5'5" it'd be a big bike. But it's good looking. I'll just show you this. It's the same bike, but it's called the Aragon. It's got the bars on it and everything. 14 grand. Similar wheels to Honda and BMW. They've got the tubeless tyres with the spokes going to the outside. It looks pretty damn good. The Rally Aragon. Quite a big seat. It's amazing really. It don't seem that different to the original 800 Tiger. Nice and narrow. Build quality for Thailand's very good now. So here we got one on the stand. This one's got a nice white, orange and black finish. It's got a silver rear subframe rather than white. I've got to say, I think it's a good looking bike. Anybody looking for a Tiger 900, I don't think can you see the difference? Now that centre stand there is probably 8 to 10 inches from the floor. So my suspicions are correct. A lot of these bikes that you can sit on are very, very low. So this is the one we saw in the centre stand. Now Benny's on it, 5'10". Put your feet down, Benny. Yeah, there's not. It's not for little people. I think 5'10" is about the size you need to be to ride this. Got to say, the colour scheme's lovely. I'm going to swing my leg across this one. Just right now there. So there's me. I'm sitting on it. I'm actually in it. And if I stand up, the suspension relax. I'm 6'5" and I'm flat-footed, and I find it a very, very comfortable bike indeed. This is very, very nice. It's the first one I've wanted to sit on. The first one I wanted to sit on. This is a nice, comfy place. I do like this. So the front, the face is very, very similar to the 1200. If you pulled up anywhere, I don't think people would know any difference between a 900. So here we go. He's somebody all right, Phil. He is proper tippy-toe. How tall are you, my mate? How tall are you?
5'7".
Okay, so there we go, 5'7", and that's a proper straight leg. Okay, so here's the Explorer. This is the one Ashley bought recently with a big petrol tank on. That's definitely the low seat, and that's definitely quite low. I can tell by the centre stand. 18,500, and you don't get a lot for that. The electric seats are extra, the panniers are extra. By the time you've spec'd it up, you're talking over 20 grand. It's a good looking bike, mind. I'd call it a pearlescent white. It's not a proper white, it's pearlescent. It's got a grey infill on the top of the tank. Shaft drive, of course. That's the one thing that drives a lot of people to buy these, shaft drive. Very, very comfy. You could tour the world on one of these, and like I say, with a 30 litre tank, you wouldn't have to stop for petrol very often. Anyway, let's move on. Here we go, Team Green. Team Green. Cornwall Kawasaki. They're here today, I believe. I've not actually seen any of them, but if I do, I'll have a chat. I've come to see the hybrid bike. So here we go. This is it. This is the hybrid. The Z7 HEV. Looks quite low, doesn't it? I can't get all the way around it. I can only do a one size. Fit and finish is typical Kawasaki. It's not too bad. The cannon launcher's not too big. Let's get a front view. We've got the Quack logo on the front. Looks very nice. It's a little parallel twin engine. I believe it's about 450 or something with the electric boost. I'm going to try and find one that I can actually see. Okay, so here we go. This is the new ZE1, the Electric Revolution. This is quite an expensive bike. It's battery powered. It's basically a 125 equivalent, £7,700. So we get a better shot of it. Fit and finish is quite good. So I presume you put the key in here for the battery compartment, or unless it's under the seat. I'm not too sure. I don't know a lot about these. I'm hoping to ride this one in the new year. So we've actually got a H7 HEV, the Ninja 7 HEV I should call it. So these, they've not actually announced a price at all. I can get nice and close to it now. So here we go, the 7 Hybrid. We got clip-ons, but they're mounted above the yoke. Very small TFT dash, not very big at all. Seat don't look too bad. I'm going to put my leg across it when this chap moves. does. So I'm sitting astride it, slightly canted forward, nice screen. It's a bit like the 400. Crash bungs on the side. So we've got the fuel tank on the top and we've got the electric motor based under the seat. It's pretty damn good, really. I'm going to move over and let this Kawasaki bloke have a look.
Got paddle shift, so you got up and down on your gears because it's an automatic.
So it's fully automatic, this one?
Yeah, and then you've also got a reverse gear.
Oh, that's interesting.
So if you push it back that way slightly,
so
you've got walking speed reverse on it.
Push the throttle slide forward, it goes into reverse.
Eco boost, so if you need a bit more boost for taking over the vehicle, or
so when you're actually riding, you can use the petrol engine and you can press the button, the thumb button, and you get the eco boost. Very interesting. So 11 grand or 12 grand, how much?
I don't think they've got a price on it.
No, so we've not actually released a price from Kawasaki as of yet. Mainly because it's not fully confirmed, but expect to be in showrooms around May time.
So we're going to be riding one in May, all being well.
Yeah, but even us as dealers, so I work at a Kawasaki dealership, number one dealership I like today. But even we don't get told these prices. Normally you guys will find out at the same time as us. A lot of the promos and stuff actually, they'll let us know at 5:30 the day before that tomorrow a new promo starts. So you guys are as much in the dark as we are as well, mate. But,
very interesting.
No doubt being Kawasaki, now what we do really well is fastest motorcycles on the planet that anybody can ride, also very, very competitive price. So, but this is the first strong hybrid motorcycle. So 451cc engine, two 1.6 batteries on there, so you've got 3.2 kilowatt sorry. And then on top of that you've got your e-boost button as well.
So I will ask you one question.
Go ahead.
Are we AC or DC?
Yeah, not AC/DC, you'll see.
So, come on, is it AC or DC? You mean they're not saying?
Oh, fine, okay, yeah. I'll get someone to confirm it for you, they'll have a chat with you. Again, this is my actual first time seeing this motorcycle. So we just come up here as a dealership to have a look.
Okay, so we're not actually sure whether it's an AC charge or a DC charge, but he's going to try and find out for us, because it will make a big difference. So he's asked the boss, and the boss thinks it's DC. So I'll have to, when I get back to Cornwall Kawasaki, I'll have a word with the lads and find out exactly what it is. So the boys on the Kawasaki stand are extremely friendly. Anyway, I'm going to show you the new Cruiser before we move on.
Yeah, I'd say
So here we go. This is the brand new Eliminator 500. It's smaller than the Vulcan was. It's very, very compact, isn't it? Basically the same design. We've got no prices again. It's going to be around 35-40 brake. As you can see, it's quite narrow. Twin shocks on the back. Little engine. Quite good looking, really, isn't it? There we've got the Vulcan S next to it. As you can see, the difference straight away. We've got centre pegs, whereas the Vulcan's got forward pegs. I think this will appeal to a lot of first-time big bike riders. Very, very nice. I do want to see the 400 Sport before we go, and then we'll move on. Okay, boys, there it is. The ZX 400RR. That's a full-blown race bike, isn't it? That is a proper race bike. Got the SP can on the back. Looks very good, doesn't it? You'd never know it was only a 400 looking at it. Looks like a ZX6R. Good looking bike. So Honda have got a pretty big stand, as you'd expect. Suzuki in the background. There's a couple of bikes I want to look at on the Honda stand. There's a little Hornet we saw last year. I'm looking for the big Hornet, the Fab. So here we are, brand new bike for this year. Well, basically it's the old CB 1000 engine. New dynamics. It comes in silver, white and red. Quite a good looking bike. The Hornet 1000. There's not much padding on that seat, is there? That's quite low on the suspension as well. Here are bennies across it. So at 5'10", it looks fairly comfortable. The cutaway, not too bad. You can flat foot it, no trouble at all. Yes, there is a quick shifter on it. We've got Nissan radial brakes. We've got the new Honda TFT. It's a cracking dash, this is. The rear end similar to the outgoing model. got a little hugger on it. Right, so let's get a full shot of the side. There we go, it's not bad at all. So if you're looking for a new street fighter and you don't want the mentalness of the KTM or the Ducati, this is your pretty damn normal bike. You can have plenty of fun, give it plenty of thrash and really enjoy yourself. So the other side view, I've got to say it's a good looking bike. These will sell well. Looking forward to test riding this in the new year. And now we've got the 500 on it. So this is the venerable 500 engine, been around a long time. And I've stuck it in the Hornet guys. We've got radials on the front. We're running road 6s on it. Pretty nice tyres to be fair for a price point of £6,200. Nice looking bike. Anyway, let's have a look round. So here we go, another new addition for this year. The CBR 650R and the CB 650R, they've got this latest invention which is called an E-clutch. You've still got a conventional clutch lever, but you don't need to use it at all. Put it into gear, so it's got some sort of electronic shift on the gearbox. You cock it into first gear, pull the clutch back, and away it goes. So here we go. It adds about 5 or 6 kilos to the weight. But as you can see there, it is built on the outside. There's an electronic actuator. It's not the prettiest of devices. It's not a DCT. It's not a twist and go CVC. It is an actual electronically operated clutch. It does activate the clutch. The bike itself is based on the same bike that's been around for 3 or 4 years. And of course, this is the R with a fairing. It's a lovely red colour. And for those who was on about the colour of the shocks last year, this one's got a black shock, folks. No yellow one, no red one. So I'm going to come across and show you the naked one. So here we go, this is the naked model. It's in a very nice metallic matte green. Love the colour of the engine. There's that clutch close up again. Get a better angle of it. It's not the prettiest of things, is it? But it does work, it's very effective. You change gear with a foot operated gear lever and you've got the clutch. Now you can actually pull the clutch in, knock it into gear and drive it like a normal motorbike. Or you can just let the E-clutch, just ignore the clutch lever that is, and just keep snicking it through. If you actually do use the clutch and then you don't use it for a while, the E-clutch automatically comes back in and resets. What do you think? It's got that same dashboard, nice big dash. I've got to say, I really like this bike. I enjoyed riding it last year and I really are looking forward to riding it with the E-clutch. This is one of the bikes I'm looking forward most to test riding after Christmas when they come in the shop. On that CB 650R, the naked bike, beautiful. Okay, so the Africa Twins had a facelift for this year. This is the Adventure Sports. Now, as you'll notice one thing, the 21-inch front's gone. We're still running tubeless. We've still got the same binnacle, slightly different. Now, this is definitely been lowered to some degree. There's no way that is sitting on its suspension. Those panniers are huge. The top box is absolutely monstrous. That's got to be a 45 litre top box. So what do you think? This is the manual version. We've got the same dash. Nothing's changed there. Oh no, it is a DC. I do apologise, it's a DCT. Benny's just pointed out. This is the handbrake. So you pull it towards you, push the click and in it goes. Got the flappy paddles. Cracking looking bike. As I say, that's definitely on its bottom of its suspension. There's no way that is sitting up straight. Here we go, Benny's jumped on it. It's got the low seat on it as well, I can tell straight away. He can just about touch the floor. There's no way at 5'10" he would touch the floor with the suspension on its full setting. You're paying 17,600. Very nice. I do like it, I've got to say. I've always had a soft spot for the Africa Twin, one of my favourite bikes. This is the matte black version, it's the same model, the DCT ES. So coming in the corner, we got the red one. This is, it's also a DCT, I think. Yeah, it's a DCT, but it's got the foot operated gear lever. 21-inch front, it's the more pared back off-road version. These are £15,900. Fairly tall chap on it, I'd say 5'11", maybe 6 foot. Looks very comfortable on it. We've got the metal boxes. The metal boxes aren't as big as the standard plastic boxes. It's the same old engine. I believe they've increased the mid-range torque by some 7%. Low seat again. Good looking bike, isn't it? It's a different red. So they've actually got the old USB cable here. It's already in for you to put your iPhone in and have a bit of a play. Dashboard's the same. Feels very familiar to me, of course, owning an NT. There's your tour mode. Everything's there. Cracking looking bike. I mean, it'd be rude not to show you the new blue. This is the matte blue. I'm not sure whether you can see it in this light. It looks quite dark. It's definitely matte. I'm not over keen on the matte blue, but the red, here we go. It's a bit like the old Cardinal red Triumph used to use. In all the pictures I saw of it, it looked quite bright, but I'd say it's more of a sort of a crimson red. Not bad though, is it? Does look different. Has the price changed? That's the question. No, it's about the same. £12,649. This is the manual. I'm not over keen on the spots, I know people have them. They seem a bit low to me, but I can't think where you could put them unless you had the bars round and then remounted them on the bars. But the old NT, it hasn't changed, still the same bike. Good looking though, innit? Let's have a look at Suzuki. Okay, so we've got both the new bikes I've come to see right next to each other. So this is the GSX-8R. And I've got to say, in the flesh, it does look a lot better than the photographs. That looks pretty damn smart. So it's in the same Suzuki metallic blue, and we've got a funny, what I'd call grey rim. Different. Can't wait to test ride this. Hopefully we should have these in the new year. It is gorgeous. Love the TFT, it's the same as on the 800. S, that is. Yeah, that's cracking, that is a real nice bike. So here we go, look at the front, it's similar, very similar to the GT, isn't it? Cracking looking bike. Now this is the other one I like to see. This is the brand new 2024 model GSX SGX. It's a mouthful. I've just come back to the R again. So Benny's got his leg across one. This is the other colour. It's a silver metallic. It's matte finish with a lovely crimsony red wheel. The wheels look superb. So there he is, 5'10", easily flat-footed. These do feel like a proper motorbike though. They are a full size, whereas the Hornet can feel a bit small. The GSX is a lovely looking piece of kit. That's nice. I'm just going to throw my leg across it. Yeah, it feels a lot like the S. The cutaway there, you know, 6'5", the cutaway's not bad. I quite like these bars. In general, I've got to say, this is one of the bikes I'm most looking forward to test riding in the new year. So let's get a close-up of this GX. So, £14,500. Another one with this matte green. This is a darker green than the Triumph green. Lovely looking seat. This has got some extras on for certain. Yeah, look at that. Stitched, very, very nice. Panniers look pretty damn good. It's a bit of a strange shape. I would imagine they are made by Jiffy. We've got some rim tape on. Yeah. Nissan calipers. The dash. It's a different dash. It's a bigger dash. Look at that dash. I've got to say that dash is superb. This is a far nicer bike than the GT. Basically, it's going to take on the XR, the BMW XR. I think, to be fair, my opinion, I know you can't put a centre stand on it, but my opinion is it's a very, very nice looking bike. And those red Brembos. Right, we've got one over here. Benny's going to have a sit on it for me. So the chap's just gone on, and his first comment was, as he got off, it feels like a Tracer. I suppose it does look a lot like a Tracer. It's another one that's very low on its suspension. I'm going to come and get a side view. So here we go. This chap's, I'd say, at least 6 foot tall. Yeah, it looks pretty comfortable for him. To be fair, it don't look a lot bigger than the R and the S, the 800s. Of course, it's got the 1000cc inline 4. The passenger seat's very, very high. I'd say the drop between the main seat and the passenger seat's probably 5-6 inches. It's got a nice short cannon launcher on it. Same old engine they've always used. It's a good looking bike. Not so keen on the black. Not so keen on the black. I'm more of the grey. There we go, we'll be able to lift a photo off that one. That's not a bad picture. Good looking bike. I better show you the GT one I'm here. They've got a lovely red colour for this year, and it's got a nice titanium bronze coloured subframe. Cracking bikes these are. It's a shame you can't put a top box on this one, whereas on the new GX you can put a top box on. It's got a plate on the back for it. But they are cracking bikes, aren't they? Anyway, what's next? So folks, I'm back again at the moment. I found a new store. We've got a couple of Brummie lads here. They've actually developed something for visors. It's an electric insert that stops your visor fogging. I'll just turn it round. They're called vids. They've got this insert. It's metallic. It's electronic, and you plug it in. I'll show you one here. We got one in there, in a case here. These are the batteries. Although they're quite big, you can fit them in your tank bag or anything. I've been having a chat. I'm hoping to do a demonstration with them. We've got the unit here. So here we go. We're going to get a quick demonstration of it working. Harris has pushed the button. So we've got an helmet inside a cleared environment where it's sealed. So he's going to create some steam and condensation. And then the battery will kick in. And I believe originally it goes to a boost stage. And it actually clears the visor. And you leave it on. You can leave it on for 8 hours during the day, so you've got like a constant. It's more of a preventative. So before you mist, you clear and you stay clear all day. Fascinating. So here we go. I'm not sure what you can see. It's starting to steam up. Yeah, you can see that. So now the boost kicks in.
So that'll start to flash in a second. Once that starts flashing, batch pack turns on. First thing it does is go into the boost mode.
So there you are, it's early morning, it's raining very heavy, your visor's misted up and you're thinking, Christ, is that traffic light on green or red? Here we go. That's how quick it starts to ease off. That's good, isn't it?
I mean, you can see around the insert how much condensation's inside there. It's very aggressive.
So what are we talking? 15 seconds, clear as a bell. That's plenty clear enough to see through. But of course now it'll just stay in that state until your ride's over. Well, I'm impressed, Harris.
Thank you very much, Lofty.
I'll send you an email when I get back.
Sounds good. Look forward to working with you.
Fantastic. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Lofty. Take care.
Cheers. Well, I've thought I'd better show you this. So there's Rod Haslam's rotary. I'll come round and get a close-up. The old NSR, the original rotary. The old Crichton design, fantastic. And now I'm just going to scoot across, and we got the V4 SV in the same colours. Full carbon fibre package, absolutely drop dead gorgeous. That's probably the prettiest bike at the show. Very, very nice. It's called the V4S 588. That's very nice. I'll come around the other side and show you some of the other models in the same livery. So here we've got the V4 CR. That's amazing, that is. Look at that cannon launcher on the back. It's worth coming to the show just to see this, to be fair. I really do like that. And they've got the original 961 there, and I'm going to come round. So here we go, this is the 961, the Commando. It's called the Commando 961 LE 588. Look at the finish on that. I love the paintwork. There's no prices on any of these in the 588 colours. But that is superb, isn't it? We've got a nice stand, Norton have. Just give it a bit of a look round. It's very, very busy. Lots of people on the Norton stand. We've got a bike there semi-built. Have a look at that. And of course, he's the 961 CR. Beautiful looking bike. I prefer the one with the flat bars personally. That's got the clip-ons. Anyway, see you in a minute. Okay, I've got to show you this. I can remember being 17 years old in the old little bike shop in Warsaw and looking at one of these 900 Super Sport thinking, if only I could afford it. That's the one. That is absolutely my idea of a beautiful motorcycle. I forgot how skinny the wheels was. Cracking. I'm just going to show you this. If only Thor Motorcycles had let me ride their bikes and video them, I would love to take this one out. The 800cc Leoncino Benelli. Gorgeous looking bike. Originally Kawasaki based, of course. Made in China. Can't absolutely fault it. It's gorgeous, isn't it? £7 grand on the road. Similar to the CF Moto version. It's got the Carroll bars on it. I do like that. Oh, wow. Anyway, there we are. We've pretty much had it. I'm going to stand here with the Benelli sign in the background. I do like these Benellis. Well, that's it. That's the show. I've pretty much tried to film everything that I'm probably going to ride and maybe a few others. Star of the show, I don't know, it's a toughie. Last year it was the Royal Enfield. I've got to say the Himalayan is an absolute gorgeous bit of kit, but I do like the Suzuki. I think the 800R and the 1000cc GX are both very nice bikes. Pretty impressed with Suzuki. In general, it's a good show. If you can come and have a look, it's cracking. There's a lot going on. There's a lot happening in the areas, the zones and whatever. Displays, it's worth coming, worth a look. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, click on the like, subscribe, ring that bell, ask me a question. I'm only too happy to answer. There's lots of stuff going on in the background, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, so this is the Lofty Biker saying ta-da for now. Ta-da.